Hi, and welcome back. This is On the Line, and I'm your host, Britton NewOne Carter. And thank you for being here with us on this Friday night to follow us in our second episode of Inside the Minds of Our Youth. Before I get started, I'd like to remind you that you can follow us on Facebook at Watch On the Line, and also on Twitter, Watch On the Line TV show. We have with us tonight Ms. Kelli Prather, running for City Council. Also, Mr. Ali Rashid, outreach advocate in the city of Cincinnati. And we have with us two very special young men today, Mr. Vaughn and his brother Marcus, who are co-owners of their own business. So we'd like to start our show off by just catching you up. This is the second segment, and as I said, it was Inside the Minds of Our Youth. And what we're talking about is what goes on inside the minds of our younger generation with all the violence going on, the drugs. And we'd like to hear from those that have been directly involved and those that haven't been involved. And you guys haven't been involved. So we'd like to start with Vaughn. Vaughn, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on with you guys.
Well, honestly, we just came up with this design. We were actually bored one day, and then it just came up off of like a speaker like that we always listen to music on. And it's like we go in the shed. That's at my own house, but we usually just go in the room and we just vibe. And I don't know if y'all vibe as in like get together.
We kind of understand.
Yeah.
We're not that old.
Yeah. That's just our words now. But yeah, it's just like we'll go in there and then like we'll just like talk to each other and talk about like everything. And then it's like once we listen to the music, it's like oh my God, it's like wow, it's like it's something that's real special. So yeah, so it's just one day we was like clicking it and.
Yeah,
and then
it's a speaker I got for Christmas. My mom got it to me, and it's kind of like a tower. And like you hit the button, and it's like It's like a Siri kind of. The voices she has. It's like maximum volume. And then the day it happened, I hit it and I looked at him and I was like, "What?" And it was like simultaneous. Like we just looked at each other.
Yeah.
And then like we just start smiling or something. And then all I know is he's really talented at drawing and put maximum volume together, and we thought of a bunch of ideas, and then it was just like, wow. And it's just like we put so much energy into one thing, and like you care about it so much, and you just want to see it expand.
And it's like before all that happened, though, it was like we had this group. Originally, there was a group called Goodfellas, and it was me, him, and there's another guy, which he's still with us, but we had a group that was going on, and it was like we were trying to. I do music, he does music, and the other guy does music. So we were trying to pop off with that, trying to make a group. I know you heard Amigos, so it's just like something close to kind of like that. And we try to work at it, but it's like communication. Just communication was always terrible. So it's like with us, it just me and him we were always close because we had a good connection with each other. So it was like the other person, it was like it was cool, but it was just he just didn't. It was just certain stuff that we like always like. Combined on is just he didn't relate. He didn't relate.
Vibe together, right?
He didn't relate with us, so it's just like now it's just like we ever since then is like coming up with that like this thing, and it's just everybody likes it. Like right now, everybody's like really telling us, you get a shirt. Yeah, we got a lot of support. Everybody wants the shirt, so but.
So we'll talk about those shirts before we sign off, and you can tell them how to follow you, and maybe they can see more of those shirts. But let's delve into the really meat and potatoes of this thing here. And we wanted you guys to expound on who you were, and I'm so glad that you did, because now we get a sense of where you come from. Prior to you guys coming on, we had two guys that were victims of the system. That have been incarcerated, that have victims. And what's your take? And Marcus, I know you and I have talked extensively about some of the fears that you've had related to gun violence, and you're being able to go from one neighborhood to the next. Kind of talk about that.
So me going to private school and transforming just back from private school in public, I've experienced a lot that I think is grateful. It's kind of like a blessing to me just due to the fact that I could adapt to so many people and listen to so many people, because I feel like that's my talent. Like, I'll listen to you and I'll listen to everything you gotta say, and then I'll take for what you say. I might not do what you want me to do in the way you thought I would do it, but honestly, I listen to everyone. I listen to their story, listen to their view, and I kind of try to just go my way and see how it could fit with me. So I definitely think that just with the society and how everything has turned out, just with the killings of other people and people that I know, people of my peers, all that, it's just kind of just protecting my dream. Like, I know I've been blessed. I'm not gonna lie, I've been blessed. My parents have set up just a perfect pathway for me. So it's kind of just about protecting my dream and me wanting to be successful and not joining others in their shenanigans. I feel like. So me personally, I'd rather just focus on my success and grind and boss up in a way, shape, or form and get to where I want to be.
Okay, use that term again.
Yeah.
Boss up.
Yeah. Only because I knew you really liked it.
Yeah, you know I like it. So anyway, I want to bring Rashid and Kelli into the conversation, and we want to ask you, particularly about the other fears that go along with it. Do you fear prejudice, even from your own group? Even from other people in our culture, blacks, and do you feel any fears?
And honestly, that's from what that's it's right on the head. Like, it's right on the head of how I feel. It's just like me going down to Clifton and UC and going down there and experience other like races and like you can just tell it's some type of fear when they see me. So if you're scared seeing me, like, it's just kind of make me like, all right, like, am I really that different? But yet I go back here and I'm all right, I'm normal. But when I come down to this specific spot, specific location, it's just like, and I'm just like, all right. And I kind of feel like everyone's not the same. And I feel like categorizing someone and putting them in a Pacific bin or something like that is just not right, and it shouldn't be done by anyone. No one's better than anyone. So.
Before I talk more about the stereotypes and what you're describing are stereotypes of the typical black man, I want to commend you. I know that before we started taping, you said that your father is a firefighter, and you just said that your parents really laid out the way or laid the path for you to be successful. And I want to commend you because a lot of times when we have parents who are affluent, a lot of people take advantage of that and say, well, I don't have to do much. I want to commend you on the fact that you're venturing out and being an entrepreneur, and so you're not, you're just not saying, hey, I'm a college student, I'm gonna rely on my parents. You're still trying to do your own thing. You're bossing up, and so I want to commend you for that. But I want to go back to the stereotype thing. I mean, me being from the inner city, I'm from the hood. I'm running for Cincinnati City Council, and I pretty much had to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I come from a low-income family. Our parents didn't have much, but I'm a trailblazer, and I wanted to be successful too. So again, I want to commend you for that. But with me, I said that to say that with you being a young African American man, you don't fit the stereotype of the young African American man. Just even in your voice, you don't sound like the typical young man from the hood. So I can see where you would get it from both sides. I mean, because if you were to talk to some of my nephews, they would look at you like,
oh, no, that's the thing. I'll switch it up.
Right.
I'll switch it up quick.
But I'm saying even your voice, even still, I mean, your voice, because you use proper English and you don't use a lot of slang, and I can tell that you come from, a place where your parents probably discourage you from using a lot of slang and encourage you to use the right language to get ahead. But from the white community, I can clearly see, and I've had these experiences too, where you're not accepted in the white community because you're a black man. Yeah. Okay. So to the two of you, I want to commend you for venturing out and being entrepreneurs, because statistically, 1 in 3 black men go to jail. The fact that you're a young black man and you've survived how old are you?
19.
Okay, all right. So you've survived past high school and you don't have a criminal record. That's good. Okay, so if you make it to 25, then you beat the odds, because they say a lot of black men don't make it to 25 without getting a record. So, that's something that you should shoot for and to continue to beating the odds. So, but I want to give Ali Rashid a chance to talk to you a little more about your experiences.
Yeah, I commend you for being entrepreneurs. Who's Ray Tensing? Who is Ray Tenzin? You don't know who Ray Tenzin is?
No. So,
Who is Sam Du Bois?
All right, I know none of that.
sounds.
Who is
the
Sam?
Bose? The
Yeah,
Bose?
Sam DeBose. Yeah.
Isn't all right. I don't want to sound. Isn't that the guy that got shot and killed in Clifton?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know who shot and killed him?
White officer. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And
His
my
name was
mom-
Ray Tenzin. I asked you that because you are Sam Du Bois, although you come from a more privileged background than he did in the eyes of many people. Not all, but some, a few. You're the same. Your educational background is a little bit greater than a lot of inner city youth, but to some people, you're the very same person as Sam Du Bois was. You look just like him, and in the minds of many people, you probably are just like him. You just have a greater advantage of accumulating things, you know. I asked you that question because we are all touched, doesn't matter where you are. And you should be mindful of that. You should try to understand why people think the way that they think as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur. What is your message?
As a message, that's where it's like the maximum volume. It's like music, yes, you turn me all the way up. You hear my voice and you hear that the tag, turn it all the way up. And then it's just like your statement to other people, to white, black, Mexican, whatever. Do what you want to do. Whatever, like don't let.
So this is a
anyone stop
universal venue.
you. Yeah. Don't let it stop you. Whatever you want, whatever you dream of, go get it. You can't wait. If you have a dream and I heard something not too long ago. If you have a dream that you really want or a way that you want to live, then go get it. Don't wait for it to come to you, because nothing in this life is gonna come to you at all. And what I value my parents for doing was, they were very hard on me, especially when I turned 18. So my father was, I look up to him a lot, and I probably never said that besides just now, and it's something I probably need to work on. But he was an orphan when he was younger, so his way of, he's very materialistic, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, he didn't have much when he was younger, so now he wants it all, just get it, whatever. So I feel like he kind of, when I kind of got around 18, they kind of like cut me off, like money wise, like no. And at first I was kind of like, wow, I'm your son, like no. But then after that, man, I dropped on my feet, 2 jobs, all that. And I feel like I see people, well, they're older than me, they're like 28. Like I work with this guy named Corey at my job, and he tells me all the time, he looked at me like my second day. And I remember because I was bringing a paycheck every Friday, every week. And he was saying like, what, you got another job? And I was like, yeah, man, I work at a factory, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I'm surprised, like, you got your head screwed on most of all your generation. And when people say that to me, I feel different. And I feel like, in a way, shape, or form, other people should feel the same way that I do, because I'm no different than anybody else. You can go get everything that I got. You just got to focus and be dedicated and protect your dream.
So let me ask you something. And Ali-Rashid asked you specifically about Ray Tenzin, and you didn't know who he was. And, I was thinking about that. How many of our young African Americans don't know who Ray Tenzin happens to be? And even more so to that point, how do you really feel when you hear about young African Americans being gunned down either by other African Americans or by police officers? Bon, can you answer that?
It's just the way I feel about it is just like we don't have a voice. And it's like the way I look at things all the time is like, why isn't there a person out here, especially in the city, that has a voice to get everybody together instead of always worrying about killing all the time? And it's like I don't understand it. I really don't. I really don't. It's like my life that I live, I've never been through anything traumatic. The stuff that he's been through, I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like and I'm blessed that I wasn't. I'm blessed that nothing happened to him either. But it's just the stuff that I've done, I never got myself into those situations to understand. Yeah.
Honestly, it's just luck of car. Yeah, he was there, but he went to the store right quick. Then it happened, and he came back, and he's all good. So yeah, that's something never. not once, not held at gunpoint. And then we've been together when the night where it happened, and that's just crazy. What's crazy is like, it's literally just it can happen anytime, and that's what's scary. It's legit like anytime.
The closest I've ever been has been 2 times. One time that was at the hookah bar. Okay. 4 guys walked in. He was at the table. In the basement. Bang bang. It's just like everybody running out. Everybody get out. That's what we told everybody to get out.
That night we couldn't even leave because it was Clifton.
We leave a party. She was there. His girl was there too. We leave. It was like 5 minutes or 2 minutes. It wasn't even. It was like so fast. If we were anywhere, as soon as we left, we got to our car. We heard somebody did the drive by. Boom, 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 pop, pop. And then you see the car going past. It's like 4 dudes.
We waited.
The girl running down, and then you said you drove past and you saw 2.
Yeah, we waited because we kind of scared. Because in Clifton, it's like once you get to a Pacific area, you can't drive past and not see. Like it's like one way out is what I'm saying. Like you got to go past the central area. So it was like where the shooting happened. I had to drive back past it. And we saw a girl. They don't care. They don't care at all.
They don't care.
It was 2 girls, and there were girls screaming. And I'm
that's where this comes in. It's like right now, how we think about this maximum volume thing. It's just like you have to show. You can do as much talking. Like I know what dude was saying earlier. It's like you can tell somebody something, but it's just like you gotta show them. But it's gotta be that person that like it has to be that. Or it doesn't have to be one person. It could be like our generation. The generation now they see stuff. What they see on TV, boom. What they see on TV is like, oh, if they see a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing, like, oh, we want to do it.
Right.
They see somebody killing, they see people rapping about killing, taking girls. That's what that's how life is. Your mom, dad could be telling you, no, you can't do that. But if they see that on TV and everybody else doing it, pretty sure they're going to want to do that too.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you read a book?
Last time I read a book was, I want to say, it's been a while. And I used to read Harry Potter books all the time. So I want to say middle school.
So most of your information comes from music and TV. Is that right? You kind of like an audio visual.
So that's what I was going to say.
When you get audio visual generation, you wouldn't think that you're of that generation?
Actually, matter of fact, I'm going to be real. Yes, sir. Yes, because that's technology.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What it is now is kind of, but the thing is, it's not just every generation. If you want to get down to the
I'm speaking about your generation. And the generation before you.
Yeah, even your generation, it's like everyone wants to follow. Everyone wants to be a part of the crowd, regardless. We can all name a time and place where all those shoes are the best shoes. What it is, honestly, is social media. You seeing people on social media do this, do that, and then on social media you can see anything. Like, let's be real. The guy that's shooting up in Cleveland, you can see anything on social media. You can see whatever. So it's just like people are seeing that on social media.
And they're influenced by it.
Yeah, and that's our problem. So the social media really, I feel like, it might just be corrupting, but you can see anything. You can anything.
But it takes that one person to change. Like, not one person. It takes a few people to change that. But nobody is, because there's somebody that's in control of that, and nobody is thinking like, oh, maybe everybody's hooked onto this wire right now. That's what it's looking like.
I heard you say something about voice.
Yes, sir.
That you don't have a voice, and that you're looking for a voice.
Can I ask you something though, right now? What voice do you know? What person out there right now that you know? Name one person that is a major voice, like
right now.
Like, no, I mean like that's alive.
Yeah, I know. That's
let
what
me give you a couple of names: Ali-Abdullah Rashid, Kelli Prather. You have voices right here in this room. Mm-hmm. Actually, there's 2 other voices in this room. There's Vaughn and there's Marcus. Exactly. So I know 4 voices right here in this room with us. You know, it's just about your willingness,
yes, sir,
to echo what needs to be said.
That's right.
I feel like
so. And with Miss Prather, this is a voice. This is a person that's out in our community. You know, she's running for public office, but she's out in our community and she's on the scene. You know, what do you know about any of our candidates that are running? Do you know anything about those candidates that are running?
And that's the problem, because our next Martin Luther King is not going to be the same Martin Luther King.
It might be you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be this shirt. It could be, you don't know, because we're adapting. It's just, we gotta figure out what it is or how or what we need to do to move forward, to get everybody together as a whole. And I don't have the answer. I'm gonna be honest. I do not have the answer because sometimes it's just about the timing and the flow and how things go and how things turn out. So
have you ever wanted to pick up a gun?
Yes, sir.
oh yeah.
When I got robbed, I did.
You wanted to
I
retire?
wanted to, yeah, right outside.
yeah.
I wish I had a gun on me that day and find out who did it, because I was going
Wow.
to, like, yes, sir, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I kind of want to add something. I love your brand, Maximum Volume.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it because I'm a firm believer that once you find your voice, you're supposed to use it, and you're using your voice through your brand. And so, just going back into what Britton was saying about you feeling like you don't have a voice, we all have voices. It's just
Right.
about how we use it. And I'm so happy that you mentioned that. I mean, you never know. I mean, you may be the next Martin
Right,
Luther
yeah,
King.
you
You just
just-
have to start using your voice
Right.
and making an impact. I remember a long time ago someone said that eventually I would be, a good or I would be in a public side. And I'm like, well, I'm not a good public speaker, and I couldn't
Right.
see myself in that position. But, I think that our Creator gives us like hints on what we're going to be doing early on in life. And so, this is a start for you, but you're going to go far. But like Britton said, I'm running for public office, and I'm going to represent, I'm here to represent everybody. I pride myself on representing the Black community, the vulnerable, marginalized, and excluded communities. But it's interesting to hear, what your life has been like as compared to the other young men who were here, because our experiences are totally different. But at the end of the day, you need to know that you're a Black man, and you're going to be treated
Right.
like Black men.
Right.
And, growing up, you haven't had those experiences, but just be mindful. And I know a lot of times, you learn from social media, and I believe where Mr. Ali Rashid was going is that you learn a lot from social media, but experience is the best teacher. Once you've had different experiences, it's going to open your eyes, and I just want you to be ready for it. And just know that, you have to use your voice, and you have to lean on each other to survive, because the world is tough, and it'll push you in directions where you never thought you would go, but it's just basically to survive. Because
Right.
I know that you all are still young, and I'm happy that you said that your parents kind of cut the cord and said, you're on your own, but at the same time, use a little tough love. But at the end of the day, you can still go back home.
Right,
You know
yeah.
they still have you.
Right.
But, your parents treat you like a child, but the world will treat you like grown men,
Right.
even if you're not even 21 yet. So just
Right.
just be mindful of that and be prepared for it.
Right.
And it's important that you understand everything that's in you came outside of you. So be humble. Be humble. And this world tries to make you believe that you can only learn from your peers.
Right.
You can learn from your mother and your father. They have experiences that you are yet to experience. They've been where you're trying to go. He's been where you're trying to go. I asked you about Ray Tensing. That's something that you need to know. You tell your father I said to let you know about that. Don't protect you from that. Sometimes we try to protect our children when we do more harm than we do good by not giving them the information that they need so they can navigate out here. You leave your home, you leave that safe environment, you're getting ready to go into the world, bro. And if you're not prepared for the world, like Kelly said, it's going to eat you up.
Yes.
It's going to eat you up, so you got to be prepared. And you have to have a position. You got a voice, but your voice is 19 years old. Trust me, you can reach some 17 and 18-year-olds if you have something more than they got. In the last segment, the young brother said that he wanted to tutor kids. But see, if he doesn't have anything more than what they already
Right.
got, they ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You're just spinning your wheels. You have to have the courage. You have to have the courage to say what is right, and tell people to do what is right, even if you lack the courage to do it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes your boy has to be there to remind you what you need to do. That's what friends are.
Right.
And when I asked the guy about, will you call the police if somebody did harm to his children, he should have jumped right up. Yeah, absolutely. If you say that's your friend, don't cry for me at my funeral if you can't live for me while I'm alive.
Right.
You can't speak for me while I'm living.
Right. And real quick, I know we need to start wrapping up. But again, I'm really proud of the fact that you all decided to start your own business. And I've worked in a community, the Jewish community, and they teach their youth to be employers as opposed to employees, because technically employees are slaves. And the fact that you all want to own you're owning your own business and doing your own thing, again, I commend you for that, because that's what I encourage everyone to do. If you own your own, no one else can take that away from you.
And that's me
So-
and personality.
Yeah, learn as much as you can and earn. Okay.
I don't like nobody, you know. I'll do it, especially for a paycheck. I'm not gonna discriminate, but if I had to choose, I would love it to be just, you know, we just doing it and making money and doing it on our own.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Well, we're running out of time, but before we go, I just want to encourage you, young brothers. You got a magnificent voice, and we need you to sound off.
Right.
You know, I'm quite sure that you're uncomfortable when you hear about people that you've gone to school with, that you've known, who have been caught up in shootings or in other crimes.
Right.
We need for you to speak up. We need for you to echo that. You know. So in closing, though, I want to give you the opportunity to tell us how to find you. I know you got a Facebook page, Instagram.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. I'm That's Von Von. Yeah.
And then it's big dot but dot small. And
Yeah,
our
then
page,
you can follow our
we
main
have an
page.
actual page. It's called Official Maximum Volume.
Yes, sir.
And yep, all the shirts are on there.
Yep.
Just trying to start a movement.
Yeah, we just started this, so you know it's getting in the process.
We
We're
got a
about
lot
to
of
change. We're about to
support.
change. It's gonna change. You gonna see some changes.
I look to see those changes, and
Yeah.
I think I get a couple of those shirts.
Yes, sir.
Give them to a couple of my close associates, and we're gonna wear them, and we're gonna promote for you.
Without
And
a
we
doubt.
look to have you back here with us real soon. Look forward to seeing you on Kelly's show, and look forward to seeing you do some work with my brother Ali Rashid as well.
Okay.
You know, we're always open and available for young brothers. Stay out there, man. Stay strong.
Stay focused.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
doing what you're doing. Stay focused.
Boss up.
And boss up. I love it. He hit me with that the other day at Walmart parking lot. Boss up. Okay. But we're going to boss up, and y'all stay boss, and we're going to get back with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
This has been Britton NewOne Carter, and this is On the Line. Peace.